Hi friends, it's Gab. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you 5 different book recommendations, all under 10 minutes. So, let's go. Alright, first recommendation is A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tahereh Mafi. This is a young adult contemporary romance that follows a 16-year-old Muslim girl named Shireen as she kind of just navigates the world post the 9/11 attacks. I gave this book a whole 5 stars. It really does have it all. The emotion, the romance, the messy moments, the great moments. It does dive below the surface and touches on some very crucial and hard-hitting topics, which I really appreciated. And you kind of just follow Shireen as she, you know, struggles with the whole name calling and stereotyping, but then you also follow her as she meets a very, very special guy named Ocean, and you get to see their friendship and their relationship, and it really does kind of tug at your heartstrings in the best way possible. And it's just a very important read, I think, especially in the young adult genre. So I really, really highly recommend this. Next is The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo, which you guys have probably all heard of, but I recently heard the audiobook and absolutely fell in love. This book follows a 16-year-old Afro-Latina girl from Harlem named Xiomara as she kind of navigates the world and tries to understand the world around her, including her parents' religion, her parents' views, and her relationship with her parents through the medium of slam poetry. As a Latina writer, this book meant so much to me. I am not lying when I say that I cried through like 60% of this book. It really does kind of hit you when you least expect it, and it's just a very sweet but powerful story. Number 3 is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. This book follows Theo, a forensic psychotherapist who kind of becomes obsessed with cracking the case of Alicia, who was a young woman who suddenly and mysteriously killed her husband. And she writes these journal entries and he gets a hold of them, and he's just always been very fascinated about her case. So when he goes to work at the same psychiatric ward that Alicia is at, and you get to see him exploring Alicia's story, and everything kind of just evolves from there. It is one of the best psychological thrillers I have ever read. I do read a lot of psychological thrillers, and the main thing that I look for is a story that first is really hard to put down, and this one was. I literally went to the beach and I heard the entire audiobook in one sitting. It was that phenomenal. And 2, just a story that has a really great plot twist, something that I'm not expecting or that I have never heard of before, and this is definitely one of those books. It was just really well written, and the entire narrative was put together very, very precisely and nicely, and I just really enjoyed it. So if you're looking for a new psychological thriller, then this is, I think, a great one. And the audiobook is actually really great as well. So next is The Orphan's Tale by Pam Genoff. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but this is a historical fiction, and honestly, are you even surprised? It's like literally my favorite genre ever. But this follows a young 16-year-old girl named Noah who gets exiled because she gets pregnant by a Nazi soldier. So after she is forced to give up her baby, she comes across a train cart full of Jewish infants that are on their way to a concentration camp. So kind of in just the midst of it all, she decides to take one of these Jewish babies and flees. On her journey of running away, she comes across a German traveling circus, and this is where she finds a new home. This is where she comes across the lead aerialist called Astrid, and at first they clash, but their relationship turns into a beautiful friendship, one of the most powerful and beautiful friendships I have ever read about. I honestly was not really sure what I was expecting going into this book, and it ended up being one of my favorite historical fictions of all time. The ending got to me so bad that I could not stop thinking about it for like a week after. It's just so incredibly powerful and beautifully written. It's just a beautiful story about, you know, friendship and human vulnerability and connection, and it blew me away. Alright, and the 5th recommendation that I have for you today is Becoming by Michelle Obama. And honestly, 2 words, Michelle Obama. You really don't need anything else than that. I freaking loved this book. I mean, I admire Michelle so much, not only as a person, but as a political leader, an activist, and just a woman in general. She's absolutely badass. She's killing the game, and I just absolutely adore her and everything she stands for. So reading this was not only an honor, but it was a fantastic insight into some aspects of, you know, the presidential life that I wasn't aware of before. It was very, very interesting, some of the facts that she talks about and some of the stories that she has to tell. And this is really a great insight into Michelle's point of view. We know a lot about, you know, Barack Obama and about kind of their life after he became the president, but we don't really know a lot of her story and what it meant for them as a family and for her as an individual and a woman and a mother to kind of go into this whole new life. And I think that's a very, very important insight to kind of get out there. We don't really hear that often, and she just told it in a beautiful, beautiful way. So if you're looking for a memoir, it's one of my new favorite ones. I loved it. The audiobook is absolutely fantastic, and yeah, 5 stars. That is everything I have for you guys today. Those are 5 recommendations of 5 of my recent reads that I absolutely adored. If you guys want any other type of recommendations video, leave it down below. Let me know what you guys want to see from me on this channel. And yeah, follow me on my social media, which is always linked down below. Remember to subscribe, like, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.